Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Everyday Man channel. I'm Clayton, and on this channel I speak about EDC preparedness and tactical gear. Today I'm going to talk to you about pepper sprays. This video is going to give you all the information you need about pepper sprays, about what kind to choose, how to carry them, and how to use them. So by the end of this video, you should know everything about pepper sprays, almost everything about pepper sprays, and you should be able to pick a pepper spray for yourself, carry one, and defend yourself. So go ahead and watch this video to the end, and I'm sure you're going to benefit from it. So guys, here are 4 pepper sprays, 2 of the same brand and 2 of different brands. So total 3 brands here on the table. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the different 2 different styles or types of pepper spray, what are the advantages and disadvantages, and I'm going to help you select a pepper spray to carry. So we're going to look at size as well. Now, the first one we're looking at is a very popular pepper spray in India. And I would say this is one of the best, in fact. Get my camera to focus. Yeah, here we go. So, this is a very popular pepper spray. It's called Cobra. And it's one of the best. Really strong, and it travels a good distance. Now, this is a fog cum stream pepper spray. All right, so I will explain what that means in a minute. But before that, I'm going to take you through the rest of the sprays I have. This is again the Cobra, but in a smaller unit. Easy to carry, especially for women. This is the popular Mace brand. Mace is a very popular pepper spray brand from the USA, and now it's available in India. It's really good, it's well made, and this is a stream style pepper spray. Don't worry about what a stream or a cone or a fog pepper spray means. I will explain it in a moment. And this is what I carry currently. It's the Commando, and this is a fog pepper spray. Now, I want you to understand the difference between a cone or a fog cum stream pepper spray, a stream pepper spray, the one in the middle, and a complete fog pepper spray, the one here. The cone spray is good when you want a conical pattern of the spray traveling. The stream is good. The stream basically is a stream. It's a straight shoot. You don't have it dispersing through the air. And the fog is like a deodorant. It spreads out as far as possible. It's very wide in application. Now you might be wondering why there are 3 kinds of sprays. The reason is because each of them have an advantage and a disadvantage. Starting with the fog, the Commando. Now, a fog pepper spray basically helps you take out a large number of people. So if you are traveling and you are attacked by a gang of people, this can take out around 20 people at one shot, because it disperses. The next is the stream. This is really good when you are in a windy place. All right, if you are in a windy place and you use a fog, there are chances that the droplets are going to come back at you, and you're going to be in more trouble than you were in the first place. Another place a stream spray is good to use is indoors or in a vehicle, because it is going to go in one direction and hit its target. It's not going to spread out and harm you, all right? Or in in that case, it's not going to harm other people that it's not intended for. You're going to use it to, defend yourself against one person, and it's going to work on that one person, not spread out, in that particular environment. Now, if you're using a stream pepper spray, you can take out maybe 1 to 5 people, because this has to be aimed right at the eyes and the face. Unlike a fog, as long as I'm spraying it in a single direction, I don't really need to aim at the person's eyes, to make it effective. But this has to hit the person's eyes and face properly, or it's not going to be effective. So I would say this is good to carry as well. But if you're looking to, defend yourself against a large number of people, especially if you live in a place with, that has gangs or people attack in groups, I wouldn't recommend carrying this. But this is great if you want to defend yourself against a single person or maybe up to 5 people. But then you need more practice with this. You need to aim at the person's eyes specifically. And then I come to the cone pepper spray, which is basically a mix of the fog and the stream pepper spray, giving you a conical spray that basically will help it travel, more distance. At the same time, behave like the fog. So you're able to take out a large group of people, but at the same time, the spray is also able to push against wind and hit the target. Now, when you look at a fog or a cone, sometimes it really comes down to actually spraying it and experiencing what is a fog and what is a cone, because some brands advertise that their brand is a cone, or that particular pepper spray is a cone, but it turns out to be a fog. And then there are some brands that say, that they're basically selling a fog pepper spray, but it turns out to be a cone. So it depends on the nozzle shape. Okay. And it also depends on the pressure inside the canister. So I think that's about it in terms of the different kinds of pepper sprays that you can find in the market. I would always go with the cone. Because you can defend yourself against a large number of people, and at the same time, you're safe if it's in a windy space, because you're not going to have as much spray coming back at you if it's windy. But for very windy situations, stream. Now, though, this is my favorite pepper spray at the moment, and even the quality of the spray itself is really good. The contents inside is really strong. I carry this right now, primarily because of the design. It never accidentally triggers in your pocket. All right, you have this safety cap here. Even so with this. Now, I wish Cobra made sprays with the safety cap like in these, but they have a different kind of safety mechanism. Now, the problem with this kind of safety mechanism is, one thing is it takes a little more effort to do that and press down than to stick your finger in there and press it down. Now, that's not a big problem because it's a very minute difference. But the problem is, if I keep this in my pocket, and this has happened several times, it could slip in your pocket and you could have it sprayed in your pocket, and you do not want that happening to you. You will have to remove your pants and run away from your pants, because it's going to be bad. Luckily, it happened to me when I was at home. So I'm not taking a risk of carrying this in my pocket, but I have these in my bag in a particular pouch, that EDC pouch that it sits securely in. But in my pocket or my pant pouch, I carry this and this. Now, the benefit of carrying 2 different kinds of pepper sprays is you have the advantage of, say, I'm traveling in a cab and I'm attacked in a moving vehicle. I can use this and not have it affect me. If I use this, the fog or a cone in a vehicle, it could backfire at me because it's a closed space. And if you fire this in a closed space, it's going to, you won't be able to sit in that closed space. It's going to be pretty strong. But with a stream, you might feel the effects in a closed space in terms of some burning sensation in the air. But because it does not release tiny particles or droplets, it's going to hit the target and affect the target more than anything else. So I would recommend carrying both. If you're not into carrying both, look at your situation, your city. If your place is windy, carry this. If you think you're going to use it mostly indoors, carry this. But if you live in a less windy space and you think you need to defend yourself against gangs or a large number of people, carry this. So guys, I'm now going to move out and I'm going to use this particular spray to demonstrate how to use a pepper spray. Never fire it indoors. You won't be able to sit in there for the next 2 to 3 hours. If you want to test a pepper spray, go outdoors, especially outdoors where you don't have people living in the immediate vicinity. Because this, if I spray this outdoors, even outdoors, it will affect a good, sizable area, and your neighbors might have a problem with that. So anyway, I'm going to show you how to use this, and come, let's go out and let's demonstrate how to use a pepper spray. Hey guys, so we are outside right now, and this is a good space for me to show you how to use a pepper spray. Now, the thing about carrying a pepper spray and not using it, like with any weapon, carrying a weapon without knowing how to use it is basically useless. So this particular video should, show you how to use a pepper spray. Now, one of the most important things when carrying a pepper spray or any weapon is accessibility, right? So a lot of you carry pepper sprays in your bag or somewhere, deep in your pockets. And the problem with that is in an emergency situation, you cannot really, dig into your bag or your pockets to get your weapon out. So, and when you look at emergency situations, when someone's coming to attack you, it's usually it's really fast, all right? You don't have time to react. You don't have time to actually dig into something to pull out your weapon. So what I would recommend is have it in your pocket. Have it in a specific place in your pocket every time, every day. You don't want to be moving it around. You don't want to be keeping it out somewhere or in your bag. You want it in one specific place in your pocket. Now, if you want to take it one step above that, what I would recommend is getting a pouch, because you have a lot of things in your pocket. But when you have a pouch on you, you have a dedicated space to pull out, to carry your pepper spray and even pull it out in a time of emergency. So guys, let me quickly show you how to use it. I'm going to use this particular tree here. This is my enemy. This is a bad person. He's coming to attack me, and I'm going to show you how to defend yourself in case you are in a situation like this. So this is about 6 to 7 feet away from me, and in case I need to use a pepper spray in a situation like this, the first thing is deployment, right? So when it's easily accessible, I can deploy it easily, all right? So I am not searching for my weapon. So the first thing is he's coming to attack me. I can see that he's aggressive. I say, hey, step back. And I have my pepper spray accessible. I say, step back. Now, what's very important is to have one hand forward and your pepper spray behind that, all right? Your pepper spray is the next line of defense. Now, your first line is always to stop the situation or at least warn the person. Now, if you look at animals as well, before a cobra or a snake attacks you, it has a certain way of warning you, right? A cobra opens up its hood, a rattlesnake, rattles to make sure you get away from it before it attacks you. So that's the same thing you're doing instead of pulling out your spray and attacking someone. So the first thing is, hey, stand back, all right? And you have this ready to be fired. So, and then the next step is to, if the person is continuing to show aggression, now this is going to happen in a matter of seconds. It's not something that's going to happen slow. This isn't, for demonstration, I'm breaking it down for you. So stop and spray. All right, so that's about it. It's simple application. Now this is not a water spray, so it is pretty strong in the air right now. So a lot of people use water sprays to make videos like this, but in India it's very hard to find water sprays. So I'm using an actual spray. Another thing about using an actual spray is you actually get to test out what you're going to use in reality. All right, so I'm going to do that again for you. So that's the person. Like, deploy, stand back, spray, move the side. It's coming towards you. So again, I had to move from that particular space because I couldn't continue the video after spraying it. Now, you have some really funny videos on YouTube where people spray it on themselves, and they're like and they're fine in a few minutes. Now, that spray is absolute bullshit. You shouldn't be using a pepper spray that has that kind of effect. Now, if I have to spray this on myself, I will be paralyzed for the next 1 hour or 1.5 hours. That's a good quality pepper spray. Now, that's still strong. So let's take a walk. So, sorry. So now another thing is very important for you to know when using a pepper spray is if you're in a place that's windy, you need to be very aware of the direction of the wind. So say, for example, the direction of the wind is against you. Now you have two forces against you, the bad person and the wind. If I'm spraying the spray against the wind and it comes back on me, I'm in trouble. So it's very important for you to figure out the direction of the wind, and that's nothing but being aware of yourself. You can figure out the direction of the wind in a split second. Change your direction and then spray, right? So if someone's coming to attack me and the wind is against me, I try to lure him in the other direction, right? The direction of the wind, and then use the pepper spray. So that's another really important thing. Another funny thing that you would see on YouTube videos is when you're spraying, cover your mouth and spray. That does not make any sense because this is not a fart spray, it's a pepper spray. So you cover your mouth and you spray it, your eyes are still exposed. You can't do that, right? So that's not the right way of doing it. Have your hand out, warn the person, spray. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna get back into my room and conclude this video, but that's all I can think of right now about how to use a pepper spray the right way. And I'm going to talk to you about a little more about how to choose your pepper spray and post some few links in the video. And I hope you would take action and protect yourself by carrying a pepper spray every single day, every place you go. Hey guys, so I'm back in my room, and I hope that little outdoor session helped you. I did have the neighbors coughing, and I did tell them what I was doing before I went and shot that video. But interestingly, the neighbors were on the first floor, and it still reached them. So pepper sprays are, good pepper sprays are a good deterrent. So you can use it against even up to 20 people with a single canister. So it's a really good self-defense weapon. Now the best thing about pepper sprays is you can create distance, right? You never want to carry a blade or a knife on you and have a close encounter with someone who's attacking you. You want to keep as much distance as possible, and that's possible with a pepper spray. Now, what's very important for you to keep in mind and remember is, number one, buy a good pepper spray. don't spend little money. Don't try to save money on something that's going to defend you when there's a life or death situation. Number 2, always make sure the pepper spray is on you and accessible. You don't want it in your bag or in some pocket that you cannot reach when, cannot reach immediately, that is, Number 3, understand the difference between a stream and a fog pepper spray, as I mentioned in this video. A stream pepper spray is really good if you live in a windy area or you think you might need to use a pepper spray indoors. And a fog pepper spray is good when you want to defend yourself against a lot of people, like up to 20 people. You can't do that with a stream pepper spray as effectively, but with a fog you can. But the disadvantage of carrying a fog pepper spray is if you live in a windy city or a town that's generally windy, you might put yourself in the risk of having that, those droplets come in back into your eyes and put you in greater risk when you're trying to defend yourself. I would recommend carrying a stream and a fog. It never hurts to carry an extra pepper spray. They're not cumbersome items to carry. You can carry 2 pepper sprays and no one will even notice it. And you will forget about it. Once it becomes part of your EDC, you're going to forget about it. It's there when you need it, and when you come back home, you'll be like, oh, okay, pepper spray, keep it back in your cupboard or in your drawer, and it's not going to trouble you. But when you are in a situation you don't have a weapon to defend yourself, that's a bad situation. So you want to be prepared. Be prepared, guys. And I wish you a very safe time, especially during this COVID situation. Subscribe and like this video, and feel free to comment, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.